Assalamu alaikum. Today on Nuran Academy, we discuss building character in the age of progress. If you benefit, please support by subscribing and sharing as a sadaqah. All right, let's get right into this.
We're surrounded by this constant hum of technological progress. It's all about faster, smarter, bigger. But in the middle of all this forward momentum, we have to stop and ask a question that's far more important. A question no algorithm could ever answer for us. Who are we becoming?
The question we usually hear, the one on the left, is all about the future of tech itself. What will it become? But our faith tradition, it asks us to flip that question completely on its head. It asks us to look at the question on the right. What will technology turn us into? And that's because the tools we create, well, they don't just stay out there. They actually shape us, our habits, our character, and ultimately, our very souls.
So if building more powerful technology isn't the ultimate yardstick, what is? Let's talk about that. Let's explore Islam's higher measure of progress, its timeless way of judging what makes a society truly advanced.
The foundation for this entire way of thinking is a really simple but incredibly powerful principle. Our tradition never, ever judged a civilization by the height of its buildings or the complexity of its inventions. Nope, the real measure was always found in something much deeper, the quality of its people.
So, a civilization's true worth, its real progress, it's measured by its commitment to justice, by its capacity for mercy, and by its shared sense of responsibility. These are the things that really matter. These are the pillars of a civilization that lasts.
And this brings us to a crucial warning. There is a huge danger when we separate power from moral guidance. If our technology gives us all this incredible power, but it doesn't also help us grow in wisdom, then it's not leading us to progress. Actually, it's doing the opposite. It becomes a catalyst, an accelerant for collapse.
Okay, so with that principle firmly in mind, let's turn that mirror onto our own times. What's the reflection that we see staring back at us? What's the diagnosis for our modern, super-connected world?
The first paradox is something I think we all feel deep down. Isn't it strange that we have more ways to connect with more people across the globe than at any point in history, yet so often we feel a real lack of genuine presence, a lack of presence with each other, and sometimes even with ourselves? And that leads right into the second paradox. Our tools have made us unbelievably efficient. We can do more, faster than ever before. But we have to ask, does this constant race for efficiency actually give us a deeper sense of purpose? Or does it sometimes just hollow out the meaning behind what we're doing? And finally, the third paradox. We are absolutely swimming in information. Data is everywhere, all the time. But has this flood of information really led to more wisdom? Connection without presence, efficiency without meaning, information without wisdom. You see, these aren't separate issues. They're all symptoms of something deeper. What these paradoxes are all pointing to is a core issue. It's not really a problem of technology. It's what we could call a purpose problem. It's the condition we find ourselves in when our technological power grows way faster than our spiritual and moral compass, and that creates a huge vacuum of meaning in our lives. This brings the responsibility right back to us, especially to those who are building, creating, and designing the very tools that are shaping our world. We absolutely have to face the creator's moral choice. This is so critical to understand. If you build things, you are shaping how people live, how they think, how they interact. There is no neutral ground. There is no, it's just a tool. Every single design choice, down to the smallest detail, is a moral choice that has real consequences in the world.
So, what do? How do we build with this kind of intention? Well, the answer lies in anchoring our innovation in something solid, in our faith. Let's look at a few practical steps for building technology that actually serves a higher purpose.
First, we have to define what success even means on our own terms before we write a single line of code. Second, we have to measure real-world impact, not the fleeting applause of likes and shares. Third, and this is so important, we must protect the human core. Efficiency can never, ever come at the expense of our humanity and our empathy. And finally, all of this, every bit of it, has to be grounded in the ultimate anchor.
That's right. We must anchor every action, every algorithm, and every innovation in the reality of the hereafter, the akhirah. Because in the grand scheme of things, it's the final outcome, our standing before our Creator, that is the only thing that truly matters.
And this brings us right to the heart of it all, ultimate accountability. You see, the questions we'll be asked on that day are not the questions our world obsesses over right now.
Just pause and let that sink in for a moment. On the day of judgment, the question won't be, how advanced was your society, or what new tech did you have? The question will be personal, directed right at you. What did you become in it? Our technology, our choices, they will all bear witness.
So as we move forward, every day we are faced with these defining choices. Are we using our tools to become more powerful or to become more just?
Are we prioritizing becoming more efficient above all else? Or are we striving to become more humane?
And is our ultimate goal to simply be more advanced, or is it to be more accountable? To each other, and of course to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because the whole point of all this progress, the endgame, isn't about how sophisticated our machines are. It's about the state of our souls. Who we become matters infinitely more than what we build.
Presented and created by Norin Studio.